hypocrisy. If you wish to have this article read to you by a computer, please click on this link. Read to me. I stumbled upon Eiffel Tower Man when I realized that the Palatine Hill line went through CERN and Stonehenge and Paris. So I zoomed in on Paris and saw the first pictograph right away. I am not good at overlays in Google Earth, but if I was, I would take the Sphinx head geometry and lay it over here to see the street alignments. I picked out and enhanced the names of the important streets of the radiant third eye of the headdress. The height of Eiffel Man is 1.01, which is a gateway number that the Illuminati used for their new birth imagery and dark magic ritual. 101 equals Bilderberg's, or Iris, Russian, Immortal, Hoover Dam, Spiderweb, Philadelphia, Tree of Life, Gematria Code, Darth Vader, Sympathy for the Devil, Soap Opera, Father of Enoch, Nephilim Giants, Louisiana Melchizedek, Sorcerer, Republican, and more. I lumped simple, English and Jewish gematria together. I did the various measurements. I apologize for my low-tech graphics. I am sensitive to the computer and must be about 10 feet away to not get ill from the electronics. So this is limiting, as you can imagine. There is a lot to say about this Eiffel Man. The rays on his hood indicate that the inspiration symbolized by these rays are about mortal men on Earth. The little people of politics, who think they are big. This man has a metal stake through his heart, the Eiffel Tower, and his body symbolizes the gateway, the birth of something bigger. We have seen the whisperings of the birth of a new race in popular culture, New Age religion, the tomorrow and festival, birth symbolism hidden in church sculpture. It is talked about by Satanists like Lady Gaga in public, and it is repeatedly alluded to in movies and TV. In Revelations, the harvest is relating term of food references, implying that the jars will be thrown into the fire. Humans are tricked into thinking that this is philosophy. The fig tree is cursed when it bears no fruit. I believe that this is referring to a joining of to make a new species. We see in ancient astronaut studies that the early visitors needed to hide their breathing apparatuses in mortality under masks. Then they learned to occupy the human body and use the body as a car. 22. A vehicle for perfect parasitizing. Para is a root word for place of the dragon or worm. Paradise. Isn't it interesting that paradise and parasite basically mean the same thing? But humans don't catch on. So despite being small and unable to breathe on their own, Darth Vader, and having no opposable thumbs, the worms have still been able to take over humans and the world. So the next step is to obviously create the perfect union of the worm and the human body, so that our planet will become the home of this next root race. See the chillingly warm and fuzzy movie Home, about a race of planet destroyers with ram horns that basically need a new planet, and so they become friends with a young mixed-race heroine to further blind humans to the takeover by playing to sympathy for this lost race that needs a new home. We are encouraged to have sympathy and move over and share our planet with them and our bodies, as it will turn out. Those who do not have the compatible DNA will be the jars. So, I am coming to a grim conclusion about the Eiffel Tower Man. He also stands on a military installation, which is another symbol of how the human has been fully and completely duped. The separation of the corpus callosum unplugged the interconnectivity of the two brains. Women show more strength in using connected thinking, and a complete severing of this ability would finalize the madness on the planet. I believe that the Jade Helm logo overlays this Eiffel Man, showing the severing of the brain and the piercing of the pineal gland. The pineal gland represents Christ's true many, perfect knowledge, not needing to depend on the teachings of man, knowing right from wrong and truth from a lie. Christ, according to the story, was crucified between two thieves. In the Bible, the eyes are said to be thieves because they blind the pineal gland, the blind the knowing with false light. I equals 35 blind equals 41, 41 minus 6 carbon equals 35. Christ was crucified between the thieves on Golgotha, the skull. He symbolizes the pineal gland. which here is being pierced as we can see the separation of the corpus callosum. I try to align this so that Christ would between the eyes. But you get the point. I will have to find the correct overlay of Christ. Probably. The correct painting is centrally displayed on perfect coordinates somewhere in Paris. We see an assault not only on reason, but on the pineal gland in the form of Nazi weapon, fluoride, which poisons the pineal gland and traps the human in a moronic state of dependency, to the point that they will even advocate for their right to poison themselves and their children with fluoride. Seeing the Pope with his pineal gland staff on a staff representing the spine is a chilling confirmation that we will be ruled if we do not use our own heads and protect our heads. What are some other timely references to domination or mastering of humans with regard to swords up through the spine of the Chiro/Orion symbolism? Well, with July 15th upon us, although this already started on June 6, 2015, 666. We have to wonder what are the implications of swords through the pineal gland and why is this symbolism so prevalent? X. Lighting from heaven is the meaning of the phonetic sound of Barack Obama in Hebrew Luke 10:18. This is also the one symbol for the Freedom Tower, another July 4th 7/4 equals G/D Tryon. Brain demolishment. Why? Human domination. This is why the Eiffel Tower man has his brains separated. Those are not horns or eyebrows. Those are the halves of his brain. This is why we have the tear from his left eye. The Pope, who is the head of the Roman Church of domination over the earth, holds a staff which agrees that Christ symbolized the pineal gland, and he is seen as defeated by Rome/Jesuit/CIA world control. This is why everywhere you see him, they show him defeated. They teach you that he wasn't defeated. So why don't they show him triumphant most of the year and defeated only on Good Friday? Because this is another merry-go-round of the mind. The staff he holds is showing you that they have defeated your pineal gland. You are trapped in sin. See below for the correct explanation of sin is a place, not a condition. Another word about Christ. I do not condone following any church. I do not believe the teacher referred to as Christ did this. He did not follow any man. I believe his Hebrew name was Yeshua and this was intentionally changed to Jesus, in the translation to Greek. Few people could read in those days, much less read two languages to catch the bait and switch. Now people all over the world are following satanic church leaders into the dark ritual of asking Jesus into their heart. And we wonder why Christians seem fine one moment and can go all demonic the next moment. They have asked a dark serpent lord to rule their heart. Maybe this is the Eiffel Tower stabbed through the heart. http://theheidenrecords.com/paris.php. Don't get me started on metal and how it has domesticated the perfect vehicle/body temple of man and trapped us in space and time. That is another tempos. But back to Paris. I have found other pictographs here on the Eiffel Tower man, within the egg of Paris. These should be better developed, but first, no study on this would be complete without acknowledging the amazing work of Wayne Herschel. Here is a picture with a link to his work on these constructions in Paris. I bought his book Hidden Records. And I bought one for my mom, and if had enough money I would buy one for my 2 bonus kids that I get to see very soon. This book, while being beautiful, will make the world new for you. It is very difficult to get truth published these days. Wayne is trying to raise money or a documentary because many humans still do not read as their primary media. So please visit his site, learn, do not. And if there is a new book, tell me because I want to buy it. Although I am skeptical of his wholesale belief in the musings of NASA, who I believe laugh heartily at our expense anytime we act like they told us the truth. But besides that, this is a great book. So Wayne uncovers many alignments in Paris, which are all valid and amazing. But as far as I could tell, he didn't get the Stonehenge and Philly alignment. which are crucial to understanding the truth religion of the Illuminati. Secrets in plain sight. Also found the Paris Eiffel man, and I enjoy his alignment more than I do mine, because I feel it is much less dismal. With the Eiffel Tower as the penis, still sounds kind of painful though. http://www.secretsinplainsight.com/category/aliens/ So. Wow! Don't you love this? Please read the whole story at the link below the photo. He makes very important Osiris links, and I left a message on this page about the Philae alignment and how that validates his findings. So much more to discover here. I keep coming across comet numbers, and am wondering how centrally comets play in this Illuminati religion of the resurrection of Osiris. A small word on unhijacking our minds from the mind that we have all endured. I would like to introduce the idea that the resurrection of Osiris could be the resurrection of the Dark Lord. Watching the Harry Potter movies again, J.K. Rowling was not a commoner. Think Shakespeare pen name. It is apparent that the struggle of the Dark Lord to live is a parallel story to the finding of his many parts. In Harry Potter, 111 struggles to find and destroy them. The Dark Lord looks very much like Yaldabaoth, Yahweh, the archon of Gnostic thought, who is depicted on this Greek coin of mysterious origin. http://thehiddenrecords.com/key-of-Solomon. The teller of these tales are so good at reversals and turning psychology on its head. I think the only way to untangle this knot is to gather clues. Don't jump to conclusions. Look for ancient and modern hidden associations, not the ones we are supposed to see. And clear our pineal gland so we have a hope of discerning and correcting the distortion. At this point on the path, I am inclined to believe that Osiris is a Dark Lord, who is trying to resurrect, and the Illuminati are attempting to harness the quantum power that humans don't even know they have to direct chi to Zeus, Osiris, through church-antenium ley lines and through explosive quantum hypnotic events like the 4th of July. While I am on that topic, just want to direct you to best and most mind-blowing deciphering of the 4th of July I have yet seen. http://illuminatus-observer.blogspot.com/2008/0776--4d-as-3 http://illuminatus-observer.blogspot.com/2008/0776-4d-as-3 So, the writer of the Illuminatus Observer claims to be a fetch insider of the Illuminati, so it must okay for us to know some of these amazing codes now. It does make the world more interesting after having our brains dulled by the lies we have lived with for so long. Before I hang up the phone here, I want to post a few more pictographs that I uncovered and will go into more deciphering of these in coming days. Paris is surrounded by an egg. The egg, I believe, is symbolic of the planet Sin, which is the strange crescent in ancient Sumerian tablets mistaken for the moon. It could be the moon, but I think it is one of the orbs circling the mystery star as encoded in the Stonehenge geometry and reflected in ancient art. Anytime you see a goddess on the moon, that is Sin. It is a planet, and possibly also an archon. Some think that this is the hive origin of matrix philosophy, the place where your body was immaculately conceived. When they say Christ was immaculately conceived, they mean of a dragon. Kilarutin, immaculate. This doesn't mean he is cleaner than you are. This means that he was born just like you are in the hive of sin, shackled in the mind trap of time just like you are. So this means if he can break free and gain dominion over the physical, 666 equals carbon, so can you. So back to the egg or home planet of the Illuminatus, the planet of sin. You were born in sin and you are only dreaming of your earth life. Because your pineal gland has been hijacked at the 33rd vertebrae to cause you to keep dreaming. While they harvest your energy and intellectual creativity, they watch your life, which is your dream. This is shown in Truman's Show and Divergent, where they can discover new ideas of creativity because they cannot engender their own creativity. So they are milking and storing yours. You are dreaming this life. It is real to you, as your dreams are. When this life feels dreamlike to you, you are close to awakening, like Christ did when he defeated the cube matrix, the six-sided cube. But then, as the story goes, he was tricked into thinking that he needed to die to show the way for others. He did wake up, and while he lived he showed us that he could command the matrix. Because even though we are trapped by the matrix, the quantum control runs both ways. It is connected to our pineal gland, so we can steer the matrix. This is the hopeful message the Yeshua intended to teach. He didn't want a church, or your allegiance or flaccid promises. He wanted to show you that the link runs both ways. This is why the 4th of July actually exists as a huge celebration. It is the Illuminati using many pineal glands at once to reinforce hypnotism and to harvest quantum energy for their purposes, which I believe are resurrecting Osiris. All right. Much to say. But we will get back to the other pictorial codes within the egg of sin that encircles Paris. Melusine, this is an initial drawing. More refinement is necessary. She? Whereas the Eiffel Tower alignment is jewelry. This is symbolic because jewelry was the original form of imprisonment of the body of man. We used to be able to pop in and out of this dream until we were held down by metal, and the dream of metal is sufficient now. Originally it was cuffs, but gems were added, so that humans would covet their own demise, and also the gems themselves had a psychic action upon the sleeping human. From Wikipedia, explaining the French connection to Scotland and Glastonbury, Avalon. Raymond of Poitou came across Melusine in a forest of Colombiers in Poitou in France and proposed marriage. Just as her mother had done, she laid a condition that he must never enter her chamber on a Saturday. He broke the promise and saw her in the form of a part woman, part serpent, but she forgave him. When, during a disagreement, he called her a serpent in front of his court, she assumed the form of a dragon, provided him with 2 magic rings, and flew off, never to return. 1. In The Wandering Unicorn by Manuel Mujica, Melusine tells her tale of several centuries of existence, from her original curse to the time of the Crusades. I am having lots of problems with the formatting of these photos, but I will just carry on. Melusine offered the descendants of her husband a curse as she left. Those who walk under a sign in the sky will feel her wrath, or something like that. Now I don't know the reference where I found that curse, but people should be wary of the Ebola green of Starbucks and wonder if coffee itself is a killer of the adrenal gland, while a potent source of fluoride. I am sure you have to ask yourself these questions. Here is another pictograph that I found that I don't have an explanation for. I look for the aim of the weaponry here, and it goes through the channels of water quite precisely. The distances of this part of the world by Google Earth are very suspect. But that is an aside. See what you think about this pictograph. I don't know if we can say if the person is male or female. I had thought female until I realized that I was making inferences from the clothing and the hair. The arm, elbow and weapon construction is quite explicit. The heading of 133.75 is numerically important, but so is 47. I have been following the Gematria decode work of Zachary K. Hubbard, and he has been piecing together the meaning of 37 as basically being the code for agents, with many other associations, but that being the central code. So that does seem to align with the theme here. Please watch his videos where he hacks apart the headline hoaxes with grim determination but a friendly manner. Get your pen and your notebook. His videos are like drinking from a fiery hose. It is important to connect the very old with the very new, and he shows that the headlines today from Philae and Comet designation to LeBron James, 684, being a reflection of Yom Kippur, 864. But the real tie to this number is the sun. Not that I believe the actual published size of the sun, but if you are reading this Zach, it's the sun's published diameter that is the hub of these number triangles with the 864 variations. The sun is, well, here's a pictograph in process. Please visit Zachary Hubbard's YouTube channel for your daily fiery hose of the current numbers, but remember to tie them into the ancients for the true meaning and to get your rudder in the water of what is about to happen. Thanks for visiting my brand new blog. I hope to create a reference of searchable numbers and symbols to start to connect the dots across geography, music, math, sound, spoken word, hidden codes beyond gematria, philosophy, language and more. For the purpose of empowering people to dominate the matrix. Not wallow in domination by the matrix. There is hope. It doesn't take too many to pluck the correct strings of the matrix and feed the quantum light of knowledge to the rest. This is what the Illuminati are doing every day to keep us asleep. We can learn. Stop complaining and start plucking our own strings. No black magic is needed to further the freedom that was initiated by the teacher of righteousness, who said if you have faith, control of your pineal gland, you can say to the mountain move, and it will move. How have you become neutered from the teachings of truth? If you can say move to something in your sleeping dreams at night, a fractal of your waking pineal hijacked pseudo-reality, you can say move to the dream matrix around you. This is why the number arrives perfectly. It is coming from your own unlimited expansive awareness. This is why you are feared by the Illuminati. Claim your power. First by knowing it is yours, then using your intent and will to claim it. And your power will start to show up in your daily dream as synchronicity. Someone speaking to you in a language you had almost forgotten, answers that come from unexpected sources. This is your own dream arising at your command and asking you to stare it. When Truman exited the dome of the dream world, he left without anger. This is a key that Jim Carrey understands, and he is trying to tell you. Upcoming domes. What do they mean? You will be amazed. Thanks for reading, and please come back.